All right. So this is the last shape that we have to do in 6th grade. Area of a trapezoid. So a trapezoid, by definition, has one set of parallel lines. We call those the bases. Base 1, base 2. Notice those are on the bottom. It's just to say, oh, here's a base and here's a base. And then the other 2 lines are not parallel. They can be any old way. So if I have 2 sets of parallel lines and one's straight up and down and one's diagonal, that's still a trapezoid. Okay, if I do a big one on top and a little one on bottom and some random lines, that's still a trapezoid. So by definition, they have to have one set of parallel lines and one set that are not parallel. All right, so the formula. Don't freak out when you see the formula. I'll explain it. Okay, so here's area and a trapezoid. Area equals 1/2, add the bases, times the height. Okay, so area equals 1/2, add the bases, times the height. If this right here was just a B, that's the formula for triangle, right? But in this case, we have to take both bases. What I like to say is this part, 1/2 B1 plus B2, that's the average of the bases. If I take 2 numbers and divide by 2, that's their average. So it's just basically the average of the bases times the height. Because what we want to do is we want to make this base a little longer and this one a little shorter until they're the same length. So area equals 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height. Okay, there's no symbols in there, so these are all multiply. Do not multiply the bases, please. Add those together, okay? So basically right here, this is the average of the bases times the height, okay? So let's see what that actually looks like, okay? We're not going to deconstruct or any of that stuff. So we're going to start with the formula always. 1/2, add the bases, B1 plus B2 times the height. You do not have to have this memorized. It's on your math chart. You can always have a math chart. So area equals 1/2. Okay, remember the bases are parallel lines. So 8 plus 5. And then we're going to multiply that by the height, which is 4. Do not use a diagonal. Okay, so PEMDAS says we have to do parentheses first. So 13. I have to multiply 13 times 4 and take half of it. I could take half of 13. I could take half of 4. Okay, half of 4 is 2. I got that. So that's 2. Like if I put these 2, that's 2 times 13. 2 times 13 is 26. So you can kind of manipulate the numbers to make it easier to multiply. Now these are meters, but remember I said there's squares all over it, so we're really counting squares. So this is 26 square meters. Now, if you are given a shape that you do not like the way it looks, turn it. Boom. Now you can see the bases, right? So we have a base of 10 and a base of 18 and a height of 9. All right. So let's go back here so I can actually write. Area equals 1/2, add the bases, times the height. Now, what is halfway between 10 and 18? Anybody know? 14, right? If I took 4 from here and put it up here, they'd both be 14. That's what I mean by averaging. You're taking, what is that middle number? So let's keep that in mind. Base 1, it doesn't matter which one it is, plus base 2, take the other one, times the height, which is 9. Okay, so when I take these two together, that makes 28. And if I take half of that, I get 14. Exactly what I just said. What's the halfway point between the two? It's 14. So we just took the average of the bases times the height. Okay, so that's 36, carry your 3, 126 square meters. All right, so that's how you do trapezoids. It does take a little bit of practice. I'm not going to lie, I didn't get it right away either, but, as a kid, but if you just write the formula down, put your numbers in there, make sure that you do pluses instead of multiply there in the middle, and you'll be good to go. If you have questions, ask your teacher.